What's up, guys? In this video, we're talking about the homestead tax exemption. What is it? How do you take advantage of it? Why is it going to benefit you? How much is it going to benefit you? Let's begin. What's up, guys? My name's Anthony LaBorde, and I'm your YouTube realtor here in Atlanta, Georgia. If it's your first time to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Hit that little bell. That way you know each time I put out some new, super fresh, super cool educational content about living, working, playing here in Atlanta, GA. And if you or somebody you know are looking to move here, relocate here, job transfer, or just want to know more about our great city, please pass along my information. I'm hearing from more and more people every single day all over the world looking to move here, learn more about our great city, and I'm just having so much fun doing it. So please pass along my information. But in this video, we're talking about the homestead exemption tax. And the reason why, number one, I'm making this video, it is the beginning of the year. Thank God 2020 is behind us. What a year. Good Lord, get out of here. We are in 2021. So the exemptions, your tax exemptions, this is the time to learn about the tax. Now, what this is basically a discount on your property taxes. That's about the most layman way that you could define homestead exemption. Now, there's different parts of homestead, I'll jump into here in a minute, but initially we're talking about property taxes. And so this is the time that you want to be concerned about filing your exemptions. You have until April the 1st to do so. There's a couple of rules on how you do this. Number one, that I just mentioned, it has to be done by April the 1st. This is also, it can only be done on your primary residence for all purposes. Now, what I mean by for all purposes is that sometimes people try to find loopholes in this and, well, it's my primary residence, but it's not really my primary residence. For all purposes means that this is where you register your vehicles. This is where you register your W-2s. I mean, anything that you register, you have your mail sent there, this is for all purposes your primary residence. Now, the other rule is that you had to have purchased your home the year prior. So anytime during 2020, lived in your home on January the 1st, and you qualify, and just make sure you get that filed by April the 1st. Now, in order to file this exemption, some counties and cities allow you to do it online. For the most part, you have to do it in person. You can do that at the tax commissioner's office or the tax assessor's office. And before I get too far into this, if you look down in the description below, I'm going to put a list of all of the main Atlanta metro counties and their tax assessor offices, their contact information, so that you can reach out. I'm going to try to put an application on there as well so that you can go ahead and fill that out and send that to them. If for whatever reason it doesn't show up in the description, feel free to shoot me a text or an email and I'll send that to you immediately. Depending on what county you're in, some counties allow an exemption to freeze the value of your home. So what that does is that as home prices continue to escalate, which here in Atlanta Metro, they just keep going up and up and up and up. As they continue to escalate, the exemption freezes that value so that years down the road, you're still paying taxes on the assessed value of the first year that you moved in. That's super valuable. That's a huge saving because, as I mentioned, prices go up. You're going to be taxed on the higher price if this isn't locked in versus the lower price. So make sure you check your county and your city. Again, shoot me a message and I'll find that out for you. So I mentioned that there's a few different exemptions on the homestead. There's actually 7 different to pay attention to. The first one is the standard homestead exemption. And what this is the homeowner that lives in the home on January 1st, purchased it the year before. The way property taxes here work in Georgia is that they take an assessed value, the market value of your home, and they take 40% of that value and they add a millage rate on that. Each county has a different rate depending on which county you live in. I live in Cobb County. We have one of the lowest in all of Georgia. I'm gonna make another video on that, on why so many people are moving to Cobb County. Well, this is one of them. We have some of the lowest property taxes, school taxes in the entire Atlanta metro area. But they take that millage rate and they attach it to the assessed value. Well, then that's your tax rate, or that's the tax that you pay. So $2,000 comes off of that 40% assessed value. That's the regular homestead exemption number one. The second exemption applies to senior citizens 65 years or older in the Atlanta metro area. Again, depending on what county you're in, you can file for an exemption for $4,000 off of that assessed value. Now, the rule to this is that if you're not making, as long as you're not making more than $10,000 a year post-retirement, you can apply for this and get $4,000 off of that assessed value for your homestead exemption. The third exemption is for senior citizens 62 years and older. And I know here in Cobb County and some of the surrounding areas, you pretty much wipe out all of your school taxes after 62, but that's what this applies to. It's an educational exemption for 62 years or older. Again, when you apply for that exemption, make sure you go through this list and apply for each one that you are qualified for. That way, you can get a major discount moving forward. So if you're 62 years or older, especially here in Cobb and surrounding areas, you get a massive, massive tax break on your educational school tax. I mentioned that there's some counties that allow you to freeze the value of your home moving ahead. That's called a floating inflation-proof exemption. And what that does is that freezes that value for anyone 62 years or older. If inflation continues to rise, your value stays the same. Now, the rule applies where if you're an individual living at home, you can't make more than $10,000 a year as a retiree. If you're a couple retired living at home, your household income can't exceed $30,000 a year. So as long as you fall into that bracket, you qualify for this inflation-proof exemption. So the last few exemptions have to do with being a disabled vet, the surviving spouse of a disabled vet, or a peace officer or a firefighter. The first two categories, you can get exemptions up to $60,000. You fall into this category. The last one, if you're a surviving spouse of a peace officer or firefighter, could potentially get the exemption to the full value of your homestead. So this is savings of tens of thousands of dollars if you fall into any of these categories. Please hit me up if you have any questions whatsoever about any of these. And to recap, this is the time to take advantage of your taxes. Do it before April the 1st. It has to be on a primary residence. File with your tax commissioner or tax assessor's office. If you have any questions whatsoever, my contact information is right here. Text, call, email, anytime. I would love to help you out. Hopefully you guys got some value out of this video. Again, my name is Anthony LaBorde. I'm a realtor here in Atlanta, Georgia. I would love to help you out. Love to help you get moved here, teach you more about the city. Hope you guys have a wonderful new year and hope to hear from you soon.